Hi guys, this is Sadik from Debugging.com, and in this video, we'll show you how to flash the latest LineageOS ROM based on Android 15 onto a OnePlus 11. So please take a backup of all the data on your phone and then let's get started. First and foremost, you will have to be on the latest Android 15 build. So currently I was on Android 13 because I had to flash the stock firmware using the EDL firmware OFP package, and the OFP package is only for Android 13. In that case, I then use the Oxygen updater app. And for using that, you will first have to be in Android 14. You cannot directly jump from Android 13 to 15 if you use the Oxygen updated app. So keep that point in mind. And only from Android 14, you could then do an update to the Android 15. This took some time, but it's now done and dusted. And I am now on the latest Android 15 build, as you could see. Anyways, let's move ahead and let's get started. So first off, you have to get hold of the latest Android SDK platform tools. So get it from my guide and extract them onto your PC. You may extract them anywhere you want. In my case, I have done so on the C drive, and these are the files for platform tools. Once you have done the extraction, you will now have to enable USB debugging and OEM unlocking. The debugging is required for ADB command, whereas OEM unlocking is required to unlock the bootloader on your phone. So let's enable both the toggles. For that, you have to go to the settings menu, about device, then go to version and tap on build number, or rather the version number 7 times. You will get a prompt that you are now a developer. Once that happens, go back and again go back, then go to system and update, and you should now see developer options. So go there and enable the toggle next to OEM unlocking as well as USB debugging. You will get a prompt on your phone, tap on OK, and with this the debugging is now enabled. Let's verify the same. So you could either copy the path of platform tools, open CMD from start menu, type in cd space, paste the path of platform tools, or simply type in CMD in the address bar of platform tools and hit enter, both of which will take you inside the platform tools directory. Now type in ADB devices and make sure that you are getting an ID. If you're not getting any ID, then unplug and replug your phone from the PC. Disable and re-enable USB debugging. Tap on revoke USB debugging. Use the official USB cable that came with your phone and use the USB 2.0 port on your PC. So carry out this USB fixture and verify that you're getting an ID. Once you're getting this ID, you will now have to unlock the bootloader on your phone. Do note that unlocking will wipe off all the data and it might make the warranty null and void as well. If that's well and good, you could refer to a guide and the video and get this job done. In short, simply boot your phone to the Fastboot mode and then use the Fastboot flashing unlock command. You will then get a prompt on your phone. So use the volume key to highlight, unlock the bootloader, and press the power key to confirm. With this, your phone will undergo a wipe and then boot to the OS with the bootloader being unlocked. Once that is done, you will have to re-enable USB debugging once again. Moving on, you will now get hold of the latest LineageOS ROM file from here and the partition zip files. Partition IMG file and the ROM zip file. Let me show you. So you will have to download the ROM zip file and all the other IMG file except for the init boot and the super empty IMG file. The super empty usually required to fix the error update 7, which is not the case in this ROM, and the init boot will be used for rooting, so you don't have to extract the entire firmware. You could simply use this file if you want to root. But apart from that, get hold of the boot, DTBO, recovery, VB meta, vendor boot, and obviously the ROM zip file. Once you have got all these files, you will have to transfer the file inside the platform tools directory onto your PC. So first off, let's transfer the partition IMG file, and now let me transfer the ROM zip file as well. This is the file. For the ease of convenience, let's rename the ROM file to something shorter. So let's rename it to ROM and the complete name becomes rom.zip. Once that is done, you will now have to boot your phone to the Fastboot mode. So let's do that as well. For that, type in ADB reboot bootloader and hit enter, and your phone should now reboot into Fastboot mode. This will take only a few seconds, so let's just wait for that to happen and then we will proceed ahead with the next step. Once your phone is in the Fastboot mode, type in Fastboot devices and make sure that you are getting an ID. If you are not getting any ID, then you will have to install Fastboot drivers onto your PC. We have made a separate guide and a video on the same. You could refer to our guide and install the drivers. As you could see over here, this is the guide. Once you have installed the drivers, right click on the Windows icon and choose Device Manager, then expand the Android phone section and verify that your phone is being shown here as Android bootloader interface. So this, as well as the serial ID next to Fastboot, signify that your PC is able to read the phone in Fastboot mode, and we are now good to go ahead. So let's start off with the flashing process. In this regard, you will first off have to flash the 5 partition files IMG file in their respective partition. So simply copy paste the command. First off is the boot file, flash in the boot partition. Then we have the DTBO to be flashed in the DTBO partition, and after that we have the VB meta. Next up, it's the vendor boot, And after the vendor boot, we will then have to flash the LineageOS recovery file in the recovery partition of our phone. So let's just wait, and finally you will now have to boot your phone to the newly flashed recovery via the fastboot reboot recovery command. You could simply copy paste all this command from my guide only. I will link the guide in the video description, and your phone should now reboot to the newly flashed recovery. The first boot up might take up a little bit longer, which is completely normal. And as you could see, we should now be inside the recovery. So now your first course of action is to do a format data, which will wipe off all the data from your phone. So go to factory reset, format data, factory reset, and format data, and the data wipe is now complete. As you could see, now go back and select apply update, apply from ADB, and your phone is now in the ADB sideload mode. Let's verify the same. So type in ADB devices and verify that you are getting the sideload keyword, as you could see in my case. So now we could do the sideloading of the ROM zip file. For that, type in ADB sideload, file name which is rom.zip, hit enter. The sideloading of the ROM file will now start and will take up to around 4 to 5 minutes. So let's just wait for that to happen. So guys, the flashing is now complete. If you want to flash any other zip file, then tap on yes and you may flash the required zip file. So regarding this, if you want to flash the GApps, then in case of LineageOS, it's recommended to use the Mind the Gaps. So go to this link, and from here you may download the Mind the Gaps as well. So download Android 15 GApps, and this is the link. So go to Mind the Gaps and download the official from its official GitHub page. Download the zip file and then tap on yes. It will do a reboot to recovery. And after that, you may do an ADB sideload of the GApp file. Simply transfer the GApps inside the platform tools directory. Then type in ADB sideload gaps.zip, and the flashing will now complete. In my case, I don't want to flash any other zip file, so I am tapping on no. Anyways, whether you have flashed the GApps or any file or not, your last course of action is to do a format data once again, just to be on a safer side. So go to factory reset, format data, and it's now complete. Now go back and select reboot system now, and your phone should now reboot to the newly flashed OS. Do keep in mind that the first boot up will take up some time. This is completely normal and nothing to worry about. From the subsequent time, that will not be the case. So with that said, let's wait for the boot animation. And as you could see, this is the new boot animation, LineageOS 15 ROM. And your phone should now boot to the setup screen of LineageOS in a matter of few seconds. And we are inside that. So let's get started. Let me choose the... As of now, I'm skipping the initial setup process just to take you to the OS and save some time. Let's accept all the terms and conditions and skip the rest of the stuff. And that's just about it. Since I have flashed the vanilla build, there will be no GApp packages in my phone. And this is the QL styles. You have the Android 15 power menu in the QL styles. Then the option to do screen recording in one particular app is also there. So this will only do the recording in one app which you choose from here. As soon as you make a switch to any other app, the recording will pause and only resume once you are back inside that app. Then you have the new settings menu as well. Regarding the power menu, it's still the older one, which is not a major cause of concern. Then one more Android 15 feature is the private space. For that, you have to first set a screen lock. I'm using the pattern, though it's not recommended because it's quite easy to guess, but still, for the sake of easiness, I'm doing it right now, and this is the private space. You may either use the same lock that you have used for the lock thing or choose a new lock. I'm using the same screen lock just to save us some time, but you should implement a new lock for the private space and also use a fingerprint. And with this, you could simply access the private space from here and add your apps over here as well. Again, tap on lock and it will be hidden. To hide the private space from the app drawer as well, tap on the settings icon and go to hide private space, enable it. Got it. And now lock it once and it will be hidden now, as you could see. You could easily bring it back from the search app section or from the settings menu. And apart from that, this is the wallpaper and styles. You may change the wallpaper, on device wallpaper. There are quite a few wallpapers, so the theme will change accordingly. Or you may also change the theme and color from here as well, or switch to any other color from here. And likewise, switch between the light and dark theme from this link or this section. Then you may change the icons in the status bar from here. It has a few options to implement. Then the font style and the same font will be applied across both the third-party apps, system apps, and entire UI and UX of the OS. If you go to the home screen, you may enable themed icons, and as you could see, they are now implemented. Change the app grid size, maximum is 6x6. 5x5 is 5 in my case, and you may change the shape as well. Tap on apply and the pebble will be applied across both the home screen as well as the app drawer. If you talk about the home settings, then you may give it the notification dot access to the app icon, and then it will show the pending notifications. You may also hide the apps from here as well if required. Just tap on the eye icon, it will be hidden, and tap again to bring it back. Apart from that, you may use theme icon in the search drawer as well. On the home screen, currently I haven't flagged the G app, so there is no search bar, so I might not be able to show you that. And apart from that, that's just about it. As you might be aware, the LineageOS does not have any customization or tweaks. It's a clean stock UI experience without any bloatware as such, and for that reason, it's the go-to choice for many users out there. It only has a few basic tweaks that you get in the AOSP ROM. These are the few gestures that you get across all the AOSP ROMs, and okay, so this is something new. So let's try to work it out. Let me see. Let's open the camera using a V shape, and let me now see when it works or not in the lock screen AOD. So it works well and good. I was not aware of this feature that it's there because I have seen quite a few AOSP ROM, but I haven't seen this feature across those ROMs, and it's there in the LineageOS. This is quite a handy feature. You may assign the actions to all of these gestures, and apart from that, these are the same gesture tweaks that you get in other AOSP ROM. Then you may do an update from the OTA update from this page, or the ADB sideload from the stock or custom recovery as and when required. So guys, on that note, I round up this video. If you have any queries with regard to any of the steps, do let me know in the comment section, and thanks a lot for watching.